Hello everyone. I just want to show you this because this is trending right now everywhere you look. They're only talking about these eclipses. But please, if you still really believe that this is a natural spectacle to go and see with the children, please think again. Because I've seen in many videos many disinformation. Okay, so first of all, let me show you this from my friend into thin air, specialist in weather and this, because it's going to show you something where this eclipse is going through, okay? Earthquake point. Because I really believe now that I think there's a judgment coming to America. Take a look. Look at this. Remember, many people are doing in videos that the eclipse is going to pass through 7 or 8 towns called Nineveh, 7 Salems. Some is true, but some they're trying to fit it in. Let me show you.
Welcome back, everyone. March 18th, 2024. I hope you all had a good weekend. We have a lot to unpack here. This solar eclipse we are expecting on April 8th is taking over the internet for many different reasons. And we're going to try to look at and break down those reasons and see what's really going on here, because I have to admit, the events that have been taking place leading up to this eclipse are pretty insane, to say the least. Not only did we have a severe thunderstorm stretch, literally all the way from Texas up to the northeast, following the exact path of the eclipse shadow. And these storms were absolutely devastating, with tornadoes, lightning strikes, fires, everything. And that's weird on its own. And now take the earthquake theory that I'm sure many of you have seen all over the internet and actually has some scary truth to it. Now, many of these viral videos on TikTok talking about a fault line that runs from the West Coast all the way down to Florida, that does not exist. What we have is the new Madrid fault line, which we've talked about many times on this.
Here, the new Madrid fault line. And there is where the cross section is going to come, in a little town called Little Egypt, from another town called Jacob. Jacob, remember that God removed the name Jacob and renamed it Israel. Let's continue.
This channel, and in my opinion is more dangerous than the San Andreas fault line. But take a look at how the path of the eclipse passes right over that
right there. Boom. See? Boom. Yes. And of course, many people are saying that in this direction, it passes through another 7 or 8 towns, cities called Nineveh, where Jonah preached. Okay? Because God was going to destroy Nineveh. Okay, please.
A probability area of a large earthquake. Now, before we go any further, is it even possible for an eclipse to affect earthquakes? And the answer is actually yes. I'll leave this website here linked in the description box, but it goes on to talk about the period of time in which the New Madrid fault line was very active. In fact, the Mississippi.
I'm going to stop it there and we'll carry on in a while. Okay? The New Madrid fault line. Please. Because many people do videos that America is the mystery Babylon of the book of Revelation and this and that. You know, remember, how many times have I been talking about this eclipse? I haven't been talking about lately. I've been about these 2 years talking about this eclipse that was coming 7 years apart. And now it's trending everywhere. But yet again, like the Revelation 12 sign, in 2017, remember that was the year that changed everything for me. And all of a sudden, all this. What? They said that there was going to be the rapture, and they were wrong. See, about putting dates, about putting prophecies. We are not prophets. But I'm going to show you something. This same identical eclipse happened 18 years ago from 2017 in 1999 in Turkey. And then it crossed 7 years after 1999 in 2006 in Turkey. Exactly the same eclipse with the same Saros cycle. Saros cycle, what is it? I'm not an expert. Let me show you. Okay, Saros, right? The Saros is a period of exactly 223 synodic months, approximately 6,585.321 days, or 18 years. 10, 11, or 12 days and 8 hours that can be used to predict eclipses of the sun and moon. See the many places here where they actually, bit by bit, they tell you what are these cycles, but I'm not an expert. But more or less, that's what it means, okay? Now, let's come here. If you see this is not the eclipse that's going to happen now, but it's an exact replica. Why? In 1999, when it crossed Turkey, it was a Saros cycle of 145. 7 years after, 2006, when it crossed the other way, it was a Saros cycle of 139. Now, if you come up here, this is the one of the United States, 2017, 2024, with the exact Saros cycle, the exact one. Now, I've jotted down some things about these cycles because it's very interesting. Haven't you been seeing 11:11 lately? No, I've done videos of 11:11. Actually, if you add 11:11, it's 22. Okay? Let me show you this. This 2024 cycle has 71 eclipses. The one in 2017 has 77 eclipses in this Saros cycle. Okay? Now look at this. In the 2017 77 eclipse cycle, that 2017 was the 22nd eclipse. The 22nd. Now, let me show you more. You might have seen that this cross in the Hebrew alphabet is the Tav. Okay? The Tav. See? The cross, the Tav. See? And the letter A, it's trending everywhere because it's going to leave this eclipse an A letter called the Aleph. Okay? The Aleph Tav, the beginning and the end. All right? Now the Tav is the 22nd letter. Eh? See? The 22nd letter actually means that cross. That's the Tav. It's the 22nd letter of the alphabet. This eclipse in 2017, when it happened in America, the first one, this one, was the 22nd eclipse in the Saros cycle. Now, in this spot here, called Little Egypt, the sun stayed there for 2 minutes, 22 seconds. See? And then something clicked in my head and thought, wait a minute, is this 11:11? Listen, I'm not kidding. Every time I look at the time or the clock or anything, it's 23:23 or 11:11. All this time since that date. And I have a few friends that texted me seeing that number everywhere. But of course, you go to Google and they tell you angels' numbers, spiritual numbers. Or is it God trying to tell us something about this? Because 11:11 is 22. What is going on? What is going on? Let's go a bit back to the one in Turkey. Why? Because actually it was 18 years ago. That's 6 plus 6 plus 6. 666. Very funny part, okay? The very funny part is that in Turkey, the book of Revelation was written. And John was talking about the 7 churches of Turkey. Because the book of Revelation says that there is where the seed of Satan is. And nowadays you see the president of Turkey, Erdogan, as the head supreme leader of that world. Please, let me carry on showing you this. Because look at this. If you get the distance from that cross that happened in Turkey to the one that's going to happen now, it's exactly 6,000 miles. Apparently, the earth and the creation of the earth is 6,000, not millions and billions like we've been told and lied. the number of man as man is number 6, as I can show you here. See, the number 6 is the number of man. According to Genesis, man was made in the 6th day. Yes? So it's the number of man, then God is number 7. 7, the number of perfection. Okay? So, please, stay with me. Okay? I'm going to take this out the way and this out the way. Why? It's because I want to show you that on October 2023, last year, there was another eclipse. And that is the eclipse that completes the A letter. Okay? Now, the coincidence is on October the 7th, 7 days before, we had the famous Hamas attack in Israel that we all know what's happening right now. 7 days later, October the 14th, this eclipse passes through there. Omens of blood moons. According to blood moons, we already had a couple of tetrad. And coincidental or not, they all happen in Jewish feasts to the date. You cannot make that up. And more than that, the blood moons always comes out when a special event is. It happened where the Jews was expelled from Spain in the Inquisition. Look at this. According to Hagee, Spain's expulsion of its Jews and discovery of the New World in 1492, the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948, and the Six-Day War in 1967, were the previous 3 times the blood moon tetrad occurred. What? Blood moons are supposedly signs for the Jewish nation, where the sun is the signs for the Gentile nations. Okay? Now, let me show you something, because I actually got a few pictures myself of this blood moon in 2018. There was one in January. Let me see. And one in July. See? In 2018. That was the year my son was born. And that month. Let me go to my Facebook page. Right. This is the first blood moon. Oh, sorry, it's my wife. So beautiful. These were taken by me in the Caleta Palace beach. Yes, near the sea wave. You know how many people went there? You must all remember. Now, I got some really, really cool shots because that's an authentic blood moon. Red. Look at that. Yeah, I got my own shots in there, you know what I mean? See, this is the beach here in my country. Beautiful, beautiful people live there as well. Look at that. Wow. It was perfectly red that day. Huh? What? What is? Look at the blood moon. Oh, with the blood hair. Oh. Wait, I have more. Look at this, please. Coming down, coming down, coming down. Yes, yes. Around here. Come on. Here. Look at this. Plenty of good shots. Simply amazing. It's simply amazing. How can that happen? Spectacular. The thing is, I didn't have a 4K camera, but I got good shots. Really good shots. Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yep. Really, really cool shot of that blood moon. It's red, red, red. This one. Woo. See what I mean? Wow. Now, please, let's investigate more. Because I have a few things jotted down here because I've done so many videos of this. I needed a few more details. Okay? So let's go over them. You all know the devil comet is going to pass that day as well. The devil comet. Yeah. Now, remember this earthquake, this eclipse I've been saying, 1999? Well, 6 days after the first eclipse in 1999, first cross, this one, there was an earthquake. See? And about 17,000, some say 18,000, others say 12,000 people died that day. What is going on? Now, what is all this about Salem, Nineveh, Jonah? Actually, it's true. Actually, it's true. Because remember, Christ said that he won't give any sign except the sign of Jonah. Except the sign of Jonah. Please, let's come here. As you can see here, see? It passes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I can tell you that it passes through 7 Salems. Remember, Salem is the old name of Jerusalem till King David conquered Jerusalem and changed the name from Salem to Jerusalem. Now, Jonah, apparently, he went to Nineveh. God gave them, I think, 40 days to repent. And by scholars, archaeologists, supposedly there was an eclipse that day. Now, in the time of Jesus, in the crucifixion, it is spoken that the sun was covered by something. A darkness appeared there. In other words, an eclipse. Because Christ said that I will give you the sign of Jonah. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to show you a few verses, okay? Look at this. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord. And it shall come to pass that whoever shall call upon the name of God shall be delivered. So in all the passages talking about the last days, they always talk about the sign of an style of an eclipse. Okay, remember in Genesis, they said, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and years. But first, signs. First, signs. So, let me show you this. Wait. Let's go back here. Here. Now, apparently, see, where in history has a 40-day countdown like this occurred coinciding with the solar eclipse. At the preaching of Jonah in Nineveh, archaeological scholar David Wiseman documented through archaeological evidence that a solar eclipse did occur over Nineveh, Assyria. That's nowadays Mosul. See where ISIS did what they did? The capital of the Assyrian Empire. Jonah preached to Nineveh to repent or the city will be overthrown in 40 days. And because of the eclipse sign, Nineveh believed in the message and repented. Remember, the sun and the moon signifying the sign, the marking of the covenant between two parties. Nineveh's guilt was concerning the oppressing against the Jewish people and scattering them from their homeland. Again, this goes back to Joel 3:1-3, the sign of the beginning of the tribulation, known as the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob. The first eclipse crosses over 7 cities named Salem. See? Now, there are many videos doing that they also passes through 7 cities, see here, called Nineveh. Actually, it passes through 2 or 3. Like about the other 4 something, the eclipse path don't go through there. But believe me, you just need one city called Nineveh, the other one called Jonah, 7 Salems, Little Egypt, and Jacob Israel. What is going on? See, is America then going to be judged? Is all these names coming out so we can get the picture of what's going on there? Because now this year they're having the presidential campaign. Trump might win again in November. You know, a sign of this king of peace. See, king of peace. Because also in number 7, if you go to Hebrews 7, look at this. It's talking about this, Melchizedek was king of Salem, and priest of God Most High. He met Abraham returning from the defeat of the kings and blessed him. And Abraham gave him a tenth of everything. First, his name means king of righteousness. Then also king of Salem means king of peace. Wow. And all these towns, Salem, king of peace, because remember, King David changed the name Salem to Jerusalem. The Jews await a Messiah, King David figure with an army. Trump, first term, 4 years, no wars, peace. See what I mean? Let's continue, please. I know I've done many videos of this, but I need all of you to stay with me here. See the A. See, I did the video the last time about the Aleph. I am the Aleph and the Tav. Well, you cannot get a sign more bigger than this. And just here, the New Madrid fault line, as this man was talking about. Now we're going to finish this video now, okay? Can anybody see what's going on here? Look at this. See? Now, it goes through a town called Jonah in Texas, Nineveh, another town called Rapture, because many people believe of this rapture and are always wrong. I don't know how many times they're saying it's going to be the rapture. We're still here. See, Nineveh, 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 Nineveh. Also a place called the Ark, the 7 Salems. Yes, 7 Salems, but I don't think Nineveh. There are a few of them that are left out. But it's okay. The eclipse still goes through a couple of towns called Nineveh. Now let me show you this. Remember the pictography? This is the Hebrew alphabet in those days. Okay? The Aleph, that's the letter A that we are just seeing, means ox, strength, leader. And the cross, that's the Tav, means mark, sign, covenant. So this strength of a leader, of a peace, king of peace. No, it's going to make a covenant. See, you're trying to get the picture. Trump with Jerusalem and the Jewish people. Maybe we get into a war, that place is judged, then this king arises. I don't know. But something will happen there. For example, this is Little Egypt, okay? Origin of Little Egypt in Illinois. Look at this. In 1799, Baptist minister John Bradley dubbed the fertile highlands and bottoms near the Edwardsville the land of Goshen. This is Avaris. This is from the Bible in Egypt, where Joseph, the dreamer, lived. Okay? Early Edwardsville was known as Goshen. This was a biblical reference to ancient Egypt. Geographic features such as the Mississippi and its flat plains were like the fertile Nile Valley. The Indian mounds of the area were large at the time and seemed like the pyramids of Egypt. That nickname stuck, and it was reinforced by other events. So, as we go down here, look at this. In 1871, Judge Andrew Duff wrote an article in which he ignored the war years and preceded political divisions. He claimed the name of Egypt related to southern Illinois, role in supplying grain to northern and central Illinois, following the winter of the deep snow. Grain. See? So they want to try and mix this story with the one of Joseph. See, the 7-year famine. Remember I did this video? Son of Jacob. All a very big coincidence, yes? Let's carry on reading. In supplying grain to northern and central Illinois, following the winter of the deep snow. 1830 to 31. Following a long winter and late spring, Upper Illinois lost much of its harvest in an early September frost. Southern Illinois' weather gave it good crops, so it could ship grain and corn north. The nickname supposedly arose from similarities of the events to the biblical story of Jacob's sons going to Egypt for grain to survive a famine, the 7-year famine. Remember Imhotep? The nickname persisted through the 1890s, when, according to progressive journalist and Toledo major Brad Whitlock, members of the Illinois General Assembly whose districts lay south of the O&M railway were called Egyptians. See? So this is Little Egypt in Illinois, where the cross goes, right there. City called Jacob, see? And a town inside called Little Egypt. One of the earliest users of the phrase Little Egypt is found in the Troy Weekly Call of Troy, Illinois in 1912. A state news brief was headlined, 2 new Little Egypt pastors, about 2 new Presbyterian pastors about to be installed at Brookport. And Salem, see, Salem is a city in and the county seat of the Marion County, Illinois, United States. So we have a Jerusalem there, Little Egypt, Jacob, that's the name of Israel, and this cross, excuse me, and this cross coming exactly through the United States. And the cross section there, that's where that Little Egypt is. And the Salems, and the Ninevehs, see? And this devil comet. Or is the devil comet that's going to bang into there, judge America? Because many people think that this is Mystery Babylon. Mystery Babylon. Let me tell you, and let me show you a video that was got sent yesterday in Messenger. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, Anthony. Please. Babylon, Mystery Babylon. Because John, when he was given the vision in the book of Revelation, he didn't understand, couldn't see this Mystery Babylon. And many people think that it's coming from the Middle East, or it could be this neon city that they're going to build in Saudi Arabia. Or is it the United States of America? Because many people believe that actually
this is where
Christopher Columbus was Jewish. And that would change the narrative.
From. This is where I live.
Please.
This is where I'm at my most happiest.
I know many of you have seen
Good
this
evening,
video.
godless sodomites. Kneel before...
Look at this. This. I never seen this clip. Never.
Evening, godless sodomites. Kneel before your God, Babylon!
Making me the highest paid megalomaniacal boy king in all of Babylon!
You see, if you go and visit the very home of the Oscars, where they hold it each year, you can see a plaque on the wall that says the Babylonian Court. The camera shows you the stage, and you see an unmistakable tower.
Look at that. The Tower of Babel. Come on.
Of Babel embedded into the design. Outside of the Kodak Theater, you have the gates to Ishtar.
The gates to Ishtar. And remember, we are getting close to the Ishtar holidays. Happy Ishtar. Remember that it comes from Babylonian. Okay? Ishtar was depicted riding horses inside an egg. And in Easter, the egg is the most famous part of the holiday. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So it's Happy Ishtar, the Queen of Heaven, Mary. Yeah. Let's continue.
And you have Babylonian gods put on the outside of the gate. They have the exact elephants. They have the
Same elephant. See? And the gate, see here, the same. See? Boom and boom here. Same.
same exact gate of Ishtar. They have the same exact Babylonian gods over the top of the gates.
Like a lot of people come up here and
Now, this is the mockery they do about Christ. 1% in a million that the story of Christ is correct. Forget religions. Christ has nothing to do with religions and the corrupt systems. Christ came with something perfectly good for you. He gave us an opportunity, rise up the dead, so we can live eternally as we're supposed to be since the beginning of creation. And no more death. Everybody that's died and give us that just opportunity. Wow. Look at this.
they thank Jesus for this award. I want you to know that no one had less to do with this award than Jesus. He didn't help me a bit. So
We live in the time of, ay, venga, hombre, come on. If he wants to go naked through town and have sexual encounters in town in front of everybody, come on. We're not living in 1912s or World War. See, that's what elderly people talk about when they're talking about their children or anda ya, hombre, tanto Dios. See? Yeah.
Can say is, suck it, Jesus, this award is my God now!
I'm thankful to the Oscar gods.
The other names of the gentlemen are all gods as far as a category concerned.
When you get this little golden statue, you become a star. In the Egyptian culture, they also had a little statue that represented the god Ptah. And see, when an Egyptian king died, it was believed that his spirit went into the belt of Orion, and he then became a star. Up until 1999, the Oscars was held at a building called the Shrine, which was founded by William Florence and Walter Fleming, two high-ranking Scottish Rite Freemasons.
The Freemasons that we have here, Masons as well in Gibraltar. So they're talking about the Mandela effect. Things that we knew happened in the past that never happened. See, and they're taking away Christ being a carpenter and replacing it that Christ was a mason to give them, you see? No, those are cults, secret societies. And they will always tell you, oh, these people with these conspiracies, and everybody, when they hear that, oye, verdad, gente con las conspiraciones, these people with the conspiracies. We are easy targets, people like that. They are full of money, great suits. Wow, who am I beside him? So you are going to believe him because of his suit, car, and money. When he's lying to you, I have nothing, and I'm telling you the truth.
Hollywood has long been interested in Freemasonry. Gene Autry, John Wayne, Nat King Cole, Duke Ellington.
They are not God. See? Judgment, God, destruction, they are not the ones. They are the ones who are going to run to caves.
C.C. DeMille, Clark Gable, Walt Disney, Oliver Hardy, you name it, the list goes on. Many celebrities have come out and admitted their connection to Freemasonry. You can see the checkered floor, you can see the archways, you can see the sun motif in the background. All of these are letting you know exactly who owns this organization. While the world is wandering after all of these celebrities, we would do well to heed the very advice from Jesus' lips himself. In Luke 4, verse 8, it says, "For it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shalt thou serve."
No other God. Him only. So, Mystery Babylon. See? And we have this bang. What is going on? With the famous letter A, the Aleph. God is in charge of everything, and maybe he's about to judge America. In the book of Revelation, when he talks about Mystery Babylon, he said that the world will mourn when he see her smoke ascending and ascending. See, for her wings will break, her arrows will fall. What? The hammer of the whole earth. It's the United States. See, let me show you this, okay? Because apparently there are 36 cities in the United States called Salem. And only 7 of them was the eclipse in 2017 going through. Okay, now the one in 2024 is going to go through 26 Salems. So 26 plus that's 7 in 2007. That leaves 3 cities out with no darkness. 3 cities of the 36 are going to be left out with no darkness. The eclipse is not going to pass through there. Wow. Apparently Jesus preached in Jerusalem for 3 years. And no darkness appeared in Jerusalem for those 3 years. That's what it said. Okay? According to a few Gospels, like, look, for 3 years. In the book of Jonah, I think it was 3 Passovers that it mentioned. See? Coincidence as well. Please. Look at this. Because there was an eclipse. Like the sign of Jonah. See? The sign of Jonah. There was an eclipse in the time of Jesus' crucifixion. Look at this. The oldest extant reference to the crucifixion darkness are found in all three synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. See? The first Gospel to be composed, and that Matthew, which includes Psalm 600 or Mark 661 verses. Now, let me show you. The text of the Gospel of Matthew reads, "From noon on, darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon." 3 in the afternoon. I think one of these eclipses starts at 3 a.m. The author includes dramatic details following the death of Jesus, including an earthquake and the raising of the dead, which were also among motifs in Jewish apocalyptic literature. What? See, in that moment is when the earth shook, the rocks were split, the tombs also were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. What is going on? So there was this eclipse in the time of Christ. See, the solar eclipse. So Christ said, "I will not show you any sign except the sign of Jonah." Please. I'm going to show you something here. Look. Sign of Jonah. See? Then some of the Pharisees and teachers of the law said to him, "Teacher, we want to see a sign from you." He answered, "A wicked and adulterous generation asks for a sign, but none will be given it except the sign of the prophet Jonah." This is what Christ said. It is the eclipse. It is the eclipse. And what a coincidental eclipse. That actually is in Turkey, where the book of Revelation is, and now in a place called Little Egypt, passes through Salem, Jacob, Nineveh, and Jonah. Wow. You know what? And it leaves this perfectly A letter. I am the Aleph Tav. What is going on? Being that the 27th cycle of the eclipse of the 77, the Tav letter, see, is the 22nd of the alphabet. In this place, Little Egypt, the sun will be dark there for 2 minutes, 22 seconds. And that's what happened in 2017. I don't stop seeing 11:11 and many people everywhere. I thought it was another thing, but actually, if you add it up, it's 22. So, and all this happened in 2017. Everything changed for me. All this started coming out to me. That's what I get. You know, what's going on here? And all these dates, the attacks, 7 days later, the eclipse, that is the one who's going to continue doing that A letter. The devil comet. See, it turns green when it approaches the sun. Come on. Yeah. Now, something that I seen in a channel program. Okay. Let's see if I can do it, because this is the program Stellarium, and I want to show you something. Please. I want to go back to the date, 2017, from Little Egypt. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Jacob, Illinois. There. Look at this. Jacob, Illinois. Use this location. Okay? So we are here with the eclipse crossed the section. Let me show you. Here. Okay? Jacob. See if I can get another picture. Don't know if it's here. There are so many things from this eclipse that please go and search it. Search all this. See, this is the first one. Salem. It passes through 7 of them. Well, it was the 17th. No, when was it? The 21st of August. Okay. Let's write this. Let's go back in time. So it's 2024. We go 2017, yes? Or was it 2024? No, I think it was 2017, the first one. Or maybe, let's try the 2024, April the 8th. Let's see. 2024, April the 8th. April the 8th. Now, let's put the atmosphere. Bang. Let's see. Constellation art, constellations, atmosphere. Let's see this. Constellation art, constellations. Now, apparently that day, see, this day is the day of the eclipse. And as you can see, all planets align. See, this is the eclipse with the moon, the sun, Venus, Jupiter. This is the double comet. See, 12P Ponsbrook and Venus. See if I can get it. Wait, let me see. See if I can get this out the way. The landscape. Let's put the landscape back. Apparently, all planets align that day. Let's see if I can get a clear. See? Apparently, all the planets align. Saturn, that's Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, all the planets align that day. You know, what's going on here? What am I missing? I actually love this. See, look at this. All the planets align that day. All of them. This is from ground. This is from Jacob. That town there. Cross section. See? That's there. Come on. Yep. Something strange is going on about this eclipse. Been saying it. So, green comets, eclipses, blood moons. Come on. There'll be signs in the sun and in the moon. Come on. All this archaeology being found. No, Noah's Ark. Pool of Siloam. Noah, Jesus healed the blind man. All this. Sorry, was the alarm. I have to wake up my wife. She wasn't feeling very good. She has to go for work now. Beautiful princess. Yeah. So I wanted to do this just to let you know a few things that's going on, you know. All these cycles. The 2024 cycles, for example, has 71 eclipse. Trump, 2017, when he won, gave Jerusalem to its people. The embassy move. He actually was 71 years old there as well. 71 times Elijah, the prophet, is mentioned in the Bible. So that Christ was the spirit of Elijah. It's coming at the end of days. Spirit of Elijah, or with the spirit of Moses. Yeah. Just looking to see if I haven't left anything out. Because I've done many videos of this, but there was some things there, you know. Come on. You know, in that place in Amasya, where it crosses in Turkey, 1919, actually they rebuilt the first ever army of Turkey in that same spot. And many princesses there were from the line of Isa. So many people think that Turkey is Gog. No, the army is the one that talks about joining Russia and the allies to attack Israel. Yep. So nobody can say that something is going on here. So these numbers, come on. The cross is the 22nd letter of the alphabet. It's the 22nd cycle of the eclipse. Come on. Yeah, something's going on. So if anybody sees other things, please let me know. Because I've seen many videos and they're trying to fit in all these Ninevehs just to make it look the 7 number of perfection. Yes, it passes through Ninevehs and Jonahs. But that's it. Not 7. 7 Salems. Yeah. But many people use this to give wrong information. Like the Revelation 12 sign, you know, it's going to be the day of the rapture, and they had to make new videos, and we are still here. It was wrong. So there's something going on with this. That's for sure. That's for sure. Can be both identical cycles. You know, 6,000 miles apart from each other. No, John talks about the 7 churches of Revelation. It's here in Turkey, Asia Minor. And recently they had another earthquake. No. Yep. Something going on. Something is not right here. Something is not right here. Because if America falls, imagine what could happen in the world. Imagine, actually. Many other countries from the Middle East are going to take power because they believe in an Islamic Jesus Christ that's coming in the end of days. They also have the second coming of Christ, Isa. But it's different. They say that Isa is Muslim. And Islam is going to be in every man's house when they take over. This is their intentions. Because many people don't believe in religions and they just attack the Christians. Easy targets. Nobody attacks or says anything about the other religions. They are scared or something. And what about us? Is it okay for us to insult us? Our religion, our beliefs? No, because everybody mocks Christ and that. Nobody mocks any other prophet of any other religion because they're scared. No, Christianity and Christ, easy targets, yes? Well, let me tell you this. All those who think like that, religion, the Sharia law, is going to rule the world because they have been saying it along. Can you see the rise of them coming up? Going like the world is theirs now, and all of a sudden, it's because of that belief they have. You know? And people are scared even talking about them. So you're feeding them. They are growing in what? So God is coming to judge everybody. How can you be scared of them? Because I'm doing all this because I'm scared of the judgment of God, not the judgment of them. They can do whatever they want to my body. They never break my spirit. My spirit belongs to God, not to them, not to anybody. See, because these religious things is not only them. Because the Hindus are attacking the Muslims. Muslims are attacking other people. And this is what religion does. Yes? The 2 sons of Abraham. Yes, Isaac and Ishmael. And look at them. They're killing each other. What the heck is going on in the head? Supposed to be related bloodlines. But this is humanity, yes. My God is better than what? It was one God, equal for everybody. And it's not the same God. I'm sorry. It's not the same God. You investigate that Christ and investigate our Christ. It's completely different. Everything he promised is equal to the man and to the woman. Now, you check the other ones and see if everybody gets the equal rights in the day of judgment, in the day of paradise. That's the difference. Yeah. So, see you all. And I think I haven't left anything out. Probably I have, but I'll put it in the next video. So, bye-bye. Love you all. And catch you in the next.